Our Torah reading this week is called Korach, and it's one of the most disturbing passages in the Bible for reasons that will become swiftly evident. We're told in Pirkei Avot that there are certain kinds of arguments that you have, some which are good and some which are bad. In the words of Pirkei Avot, for the sake of heaven or not for the sake of heaven. An argument that is not for the sake of heaven, says Pirkei Avot, is the argument that happened between Korach, who was Moses' cousin, and Moses. You see, Korach was jealous. He believed that it was in his best interest to be leader of the Jewish people, not his cousin Moses. Who was Moses? What was his connection to God that made him the leader of the people? Why should he be chosen and not me? It's all about jealousy, and it's all about being satisfied, content. One of the most difficult things that we'll ever have to contend with in our life is that idea of shalom of the heart, peace of the heart, contentedness of the soul, one in which we're happy with what we have. What do you possess, and what possesses you? Do you own many things, or do those things own you? And if it's the latter, the things that own you, you'll never be satisfied. You'll never be satisfied with what you have. It's never good enough. Somebody else has something better, newer, greater. And your hunger for wanting to attain that which they have is an unquenchable hunger that will never go away. No matter how much you collect for yourself, you'll never be satisfied. Turning back again to Pirkei Avot, we find who is rich? Ezehu Ashir in Hebrew. And the answer is the person who is satisfied with what they have. That's a person who is rich. Can we find contentedness with what we have? We live in a very rich universe where we have cars, we have airplanes, we have transportation that takes us to different places, we have closets that are filled with clothes and food. We have not enough. We have ample. And are we happy with what we have? That's the question that underlies the Torah reading this week. Korach was never happy. Moses, on the other hand, didn't want for anything. In fact, he desired not to be the leader of a people, which ultimately was his greatest attribute, his humility. Great lessons in here in the Torah reading this week. Are you happy? Are you satisfied? Are you Korach or Moses? And by the way, the past is not necessarily an indication of the future. You are who you make yourself to be now.